I think that Roshi is asking for the mention of Wolfsinger's work because Wolf is a very prominent neuroscientist who, and Evan can comment on this too, but who has been interested in complex patterns of cortical activity that organize to subserve complex mental functions, and the basic idea is that these patterns can become coherent without an executive, if you will, directing the show. They are patterns which, as a consequence of causes and conditions, can cohere and subserve very complex mental function without the need for an executive.
What kind of functions? Generally?
Complex cognitive and perceptual functions of the highest order.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't understand. So how do you know there's no I mean, how is he distinguishing that from how they accenting out the executive function from the?
I mean, sort of prime mover. There's
Yeah.
a prime mover in there.
How are they knowing that it's not there? I'm not sure how that works.
So, I mean, the usual way of thinking about function, executive function, is that you have some, top-down process where you have a little box with some function that, affects down on some other level. But in the kind of work that Wolfsinger and others have done, you have a very different idea that actually, if you can remember the slide I showed at the very beginning of my talk with the blobs with the circles with the arrows pointing at each other, the idea is that you have activities that are distributed in the brain going on locally, and they synchronize and coordinate within a certain window of time. And because that global pattern emerges, it limits what the participating members can do. And that kind of pattern formation in the brain has been shown to be involved in recognizing perceptual patterns, in attentional selection. It's a very different model from the idea of a particular place with a top-down process.
My question is, how do they eliminate the executive function? Is it just, is it like not, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they don't, it's a different model for...
It's just a different way of looking at it?
I think what, here is the executive function as a particular brain region which is running the show. That's what's
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
There isn't a particular brain region.
It's a process.
Model.